Yeah, welcome to the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Reviews and reactions. Let's go. It's the Brown Boy Wonder. Hold it down, representing for the culture. Every episode brings you closer into the mind and the heart of a hustler, where the truth and the groove collide. Stay tuned in, come enjoy the ride. Keep it authentic like that, never hold back. It's the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. The Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. Subscribe, share, and stay tuned in. The vibe's always on.
This is the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast.
Welcome to the Brown Boy Wonder Podcast. It is time to talk about Batman and Mr. Freeze SubZero, the movie. We are done with season 2 of Batman the Anime Series, so now it is time to talk about this movie. As you can see through YouTube and on Spotify, I am wearing a winter coat. That means it's cold because we're talking about SubZero. It's cold here, guys. It is cold in the middle of summer, but let's get into it. Before we get into it, let me talk about my guest here. My first guest, he loves snow. It is Anthony. Anthony, how are you doing today?
I love snow. I'm doing quite well. Thanks for having me on here talking about SubZero.
Fantastic. And my next guest, he loves to be in a suit, a cold suit. It is Daniel. Daniel, how are you doing today?
I would actually. I unironically just bought a suit 2 days ago. Not a cold suit, but I don't know how you knew that. You gotta stop following me.
I'm sorry, but my last guest, of course, he has a friend named Kunak. It is Skyler. Skyler, how are you doing today?
You know, it's funny, when I was watching the movie, I was like, Kunak reminds me of Abrar. If you think for 1 second we're gonna let you go about this podcast and not break kayfabe and say that it is 80 degrees in your room as you're wearing this jacket.
I don't know what you're talking about. We're talking about SubZero. I am cold right now. That's why I'm wearing a hoodie, wearing a winter jacket and a beanie. I don't know what you're talking about.
You are gonna be sweating profusely.
Oh,
we're recording something after this, and you're gonna be destroyed.
Surely he's taking the jacket off for that.
100%, and then he'll have to change his shirt because there'll be pit stains.
Oh. We'll see. But of course, this is Batman and Mr. Freeze SubZero, directed by Boyd Kirkland. The release date of this movie was March 17th of 1998. Of course, this was a TV movie, so there's no box office. I'm not going to ask you guys that question. But of course, I want to ask you the Rotten Tomatoes score for this movie. Any guesses?
This didn't play in theaters?
No.
I mean, no. I thought it did. I did realize it's only an hour long, but I thought it played in theaters. How did you tell me Kevin Conroy watched this on TV and I love the polar bears?
Yeah. I'll give you an estimate, at least from the last movie we did, from Massive Phantasm. It was 83% critics and 88% fans. So what is for this one?
I think this one's going to be a little lower.
Yeah. I'll put it as a flat 80. I'll jump in here and jump the gun on it.
This doesn't necessarily reflect my exact thoughts on it, but I think it's going to be like mid 70s, maybe lower 70s, 73.
I don't know. I think people like Mr. Freeze. I think people, they chill with the chiller. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
What about you, Anthony? Are you feeling higher than a 70?
I'm gonna say, because this is a straight to home video movie, I'm gonna say less people reviewed it than the theatrically released Batman Mask of the Phantasm. So I'm going for a higher number. I'm gonna say 90.
All right. Well, for critics, they rated this movie 92%, and for fans was 68%.
Average
Wow.
out.
Jesus.
What does that average to?
Close enough.
Or around there, around the 70s ish, high
we all-
70s.
So we all win.
Yeah, for sure. I do have another question. Not question, but I have some trivia for you guys. It's not really trivia, but it's more of a participation type of game.
Okay. Get us involved.
Yeah, let's get involved here. Well, we still don't know who's the villain for the upcoming Batman 2 film. Of course, Matt Reeves just finished the script finally. But let's say who's going to be Mr. Freeze. I made a list of 10 actors that can potentially become the Iceman. You guys have 1 minute to answer all 10 of them.
So we have to.
Wait, what?
Okay.
We have to guess who they are?
We have to guess
On my list.
your list. So this isn't an official list. This is a list you came up with.
Yes, sir.
And we have how long?
1 minute.
No.
Let's
Idris
just
Elba.
whatever. Idris Elba. Giancarlo Esposito.
Ooh.
Whoa. Let me count down the timer here.
Oh, you
Guess
just got the
yet?
timer on.
No. Hold on. Sorry. Okay, guess more. Mark Strong, Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, that's good.
Hold on, I'm
Bryan
googling
Cranston.
actors Abrar like.
Surely Abrar wants Arnold to reprise the role.
Shirley Temple.
You have to tell us if we've gotten any, you dingus.
That's true. Anthony Guy, Gus Fring, of
Surely.
course, Patrick Stewart, and Mark Strong right now.
What?
There you go.
Wait, what the
All
hell?
three of those were on the list.
Yes. The timer's going, guys.
And Idris Elba wasn't.
Keep naming guys.
Alan Rickman. Rest in peace.
Robert Downey Jr.
No.
Ray Fiennes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm just gonna let Anthony do this. He's
Just naming
4 out of the.
all it takes.
You
Yeah.
just said Bryan Cranston. He's on the list too. Is that 30-second, guys?
Gary Oldman.
Gary
Stanley
Oldman.
Tucci.
Yes.
Christopher Eccleston.
Oh, it's just bald people.
It's just bald people. Vin Diesel.
No.
Aw.
No.
The Rock.
Soon to be John Cena.
He's
No.
working on it.
10 seconds, guys.
FDR Bald.
No.
Mr. Worldwide.
No.
Pac-Man.
No.
Michael Chiklis.
Tommy
No.
Pickles.
No. The timer is out. Is done. Is over.
Okay,
M8.
you need to tell us which ones that were guessed correctly.
The ones you guys got correct was, of course, Mr. Gus Fring, Carlo Esposito, 1, Bryan Cranston, 2, Patrick Stewart, 3, Ralph Fiennes, 4, Mark Strong, 5, Stanley Tucci, 6, and that's it.
Well, I'm glad I contributed to the list with Tucci. You know what I did is I just remembered I had flashbacks to when people kept saying names for Lex Luthor, and I was like, okay, name every bald person, and I remember I wanted Stanley Tucci to play Lex Luthor.
I was also a fan of that idea. Yeah, but Bryan Cranston was the fan favorite because he was Breaking Bad.
because he was bald at the time.
Well, the
Wait,
remaining
Abrar, is the Saw guy on there?
no, not Tobin Bell.
Oh, I could have.
Maybe
too young.
should have been. Yeah,
Too young to play a role.
age that up a little bit.
The names you guys did not guess, it was Ben Kingsley,
Ben Kingsley, yeah.
Jeremy Irons.
He's not bald. What's he been bald?
I mean,
He
he's
just wears
British.
glasses sometimes.
Yeah. The other one was Michael Fassbender.
Never once
Okay.
been. You're thinking of the other guy.
Which one?
James McAvoy.
It's McAvoy.
No. Michael Fassbender. I'm talking about Michael Fassbender. And the last one was Mad Mikkelsen.
Mads Mikkelsen. So this the villain people that have played iconic villains before, whether they're in various franchises. Okay, I get. I used my brain to kind of focus on what I'd seen popular fan casts who are popular villains and balds. That's kind of the Venn diagram going on here.
Yeah.
As far as playing Mr. Freeze, like I think Mads Mikkelsen could do a good job. I like the sound of that. I don't know in which movie, which chronology. I don't. Whatever.
I mean, I feel like Mads could do it. If you put a ball cap, red eyes, he got
Oh,
it.
you don't think he'd shave his head? You don't think he'd commit?
No, I don't think so. Have you seen his hair?
You don't
It's
think
beautiful.
they could just CGI the blue skin, red eyes?
If they CGI it, I could figure it out.
Red eyes or red goggles?
Oh, sorry,
Wait
red
a second.
goggles.
His brother, blue skin, red eyes. He played Thrawn in the Ahsoka show. So just get his
Luke
brother.
Mikkelsen.
He'll do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Just get Thrawn.
Just get Thrawn. Have Mr. Thrawn. How about that? My personal fan cast as of recent years
Mhm.
has been Dave Bautista. I think he's
Ooh.
so versatile, and a lot of depictions of Freeze. He's a big dude.
Yeah.
I think he can maintain that. And similar to
Mhm.
like Hugo Strange, where it's like you want someone with a brain. I think that'd be kind of cool to see him play someone that's smart and little glasses. We love to see
Yeah.
Batista wearing glasses. Imagine
Gotta get him-
Batista wearing
gotta get him
goggles.
little
You just
glasses.
love Blade Runner for 2049. That's what it is.
Well, yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's it.
Alright.
And
but
Batista's a wife guy, so yeah, he would definitely.
I feel like he slimmed down, though.
Loves women.
Well,
That's even
yeah,
better.
he slimmed down to fit in the suit.
Ah,
To fit to the
That's what
Mr.
it
Freeze
is.
suit.
Yeah.
you guys CGI his tattoos. There's a lot of them.
I feel like I would want like a German guy. I don't have like a name for this, but I feel like I would be targeting like German or Austrian actors because I feel like Freeze
Yeah.
is such a German name the way it's spelled
Yeah.
that I would want to like focus in on that.
It's funny because the only time that I can remember Mr. Freeze interpretation that actually had a German accent was like a Robot Chicken sketch.
Yeah. It was,
Well, I
like,
mean,
it's-
Arnold
Nathan
is
Fillion.
Austrian. It's
It's
close.
kind of what. No, okay, yes, but I didn't. Who even considers that an accent other than an Arnold accent? Really,
It's fair.
It's true.
It's fair.
That's true.
That's kind of why I was. I mean, obviously not German, but I was like, "Ooh, Mads has an accent. He has like
Does.
a little soft European accent to him."
The Danish
He's hanging out with
Freeze.
Hideo Kojima. He's busy.
Yeah, he's been
A lot of
collected
people are
into the
hanging out with
the
Kojima.
Kojima pantheon.
One might argue too many.
He's gonna get Batista too. He's gonna put him in little glasses.
I believe that.
I mean, I was gonna say Christopher Waltz, but I don't think he has the body for that.
Christoph Waltz
You
is too
keep saying,
small.
you keep talking about the body. He wears a suit.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, sure, he has to be tall.
tall, yes. I don't know. Well,
Jesse the Body Ventura.
back in the day, maybe. Back in the day.
Complain about someone walking through a door.
Well, that was the names there. Hopefully, if what's his name, Matt Reeves, listen to this pod, listen to our names, just pick them up.
If you listen to this podcast, don't do that, and instead just like give me a job. Get me out of here.
Come on. We're
I'll be
talking
a
about
PA. I'm not proud.
SubZero. Come on. Well, let's get into the plot, guys. Batman and Mr. Freeze, SubZero. I personally, I just call it SubZero. I know the whole name is Batman and Mr. Freeze, but I just call it SubZero. Make it short.
Sure.
You
All right.
you will not hear arguments from us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, I was about to say, I was like, I was gonna fight you guys on this, but I'm glad no one said anything. I was joking. All right. We get an opening credits scene of the red bat symbol. I think it looks incredible. The way they shot this beginning of this film here.
You know, normally whenever we talk about episodes or movies, I like to have it up on my computer as we talk about it, so I can pull up, screenshots or just like go to a specific scene we're talking about. Can't do that because this is not streaming.
Yep. Unfortunately, it is not on Max.
Why was this taken off of Max?
I have no idea, but whoever has the DVD back disc there, they have the opportunity, or I have it on Blu-ray.
Yes. Well, thank goodness the show's box set has both the movies in it.
Yes, they're smart.
Oh yes.
All right, a lone man when two polar bears swim in the ocean in the Arctic, catching a school of salmon. The man is Victor Freeze, who, along with his pet polar bears, his coma state wife, and his surrogate son Kunak, is living living a more or less normal life in the Arctic. As Freeze quietly speaks to Nora sleep in the sleeping form on the 15th anniversary of their first meeting, a submarine crashes through the ground on which they stand, causing a brief quake. Nora's container is shattered, and in retribution, Mr. Freeze dons his suit and freezes the entire crew of the submarine.
Oh my god, look what the Entity did. The Entity caused that submarine to crash into Mr. Freeze's house.
Ethan, you have to stop Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
Mr. Freeze was swimming through the water. It's like, that's no big. I've seen Tom Cruise do that.
I get you. There's already a million things to talk about. I'll go ahead and do so, which I'll do a lot during this episode.
Please,
I'm sure
keep us moving.
So I want to talk about the CGI because this is came out in 1998. This film, straight to home video. It was planned as a tie-in to Batman and Robin, because Mr. Freeze was in that. At one point, Bane was even planned to be in this movie, and then they scrapped that to be like just Mr. Freeze, just keep it Mr. Freeze. And then Batman and Robin did poorly, and they pushed it back. They're like, we don't want to cross promote because it might also bomb this home video animated thing. Just push it back a little bit. So at the time, I feel like a lot of CGI in 2D cartoons was like pretty impressive. I know for me, like it added a certain extra layer to it because it made it feel like not like other cartoons I was watching. Nowadays, watching it, you could argue that it's aged it in a way maybe traditional animation wouldn't. But I wanted to get your guys' opinion. When you were kids and you were watching like, the cartoon as a movie or even as cartoons in general, and you noticed it went 3D, were you guys like, wow, this is incredible, this is the future, when you were like little? Not now, obviously.
I don't think I really thought about it. I mean, I think there's certain instances in higher budgeted children's animated films, such as your typical Disney ones, where the blending of 3D, it really kind of it's specifically there to make things look more impressive. Yeah, and I will say that here it's really more like it feels like, well, we have it, so let's do it. So it didn't really add much to me. I don't know if as a kid I even really noticed.
I would say the same thing. I don't think I noticed, but I think I knew it was there, but I never like thought about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. But now looking at now, I mean, I'm glad they did it. It's a new age. You got Toy Story 1995.
For a lot of these shots where it's either it's like a big vehicle or something that you're going to revolve around a lot, where like you don't want to draw that from every angle. So like it makes sense. Also, this movie has a crazy body count when you think about it. Mr. Freeze killed like dozens of people in this movie.
Not get thought out.
Yeah. Oh well, I do want to say that Kunak, he's a nice kid. He looks like a good boy.
Oh yeah, he didn't kill anybody.
He's accomplice.
No. But
you're right.
My question is, did the crew deserve to be frozen?
Yeah, I mean, they busted up Miss Freeze's house.
I mean, like, okay, so no, it's they didn't know that he was. What I wanted more than anything was for him to just be like a pissed off neighbor when they came up and be like, "Hey, people live here," and then he like froze them all solid because he's a supervillain, of course. Look, was I sad for them? No. Did they deserve it? No. Were they assholes? Yes.
Oh, were they?
Well, I don't know, because we don't know even what they were investigating. They're like, we're getting a thing, there's a reading over whatever, and then they go and they get cold and they come back and everyone's dead. So I don't know.
I just assumed they were doing like typical Antarctica science. They're just like, we got to get the reading on the snow.
What I am confused
they weren't like whalers or anything
that we know of.
I think they're trying to like.
What happened to Kunak's family? We don't know.
Oh my heavens! That's good question. What I think happened.
but it's possible. Honestly, not impossible.
I mean, good question.
What I want to know is why they chose to raise up through thick ass ice instead of the water that's like right over there that Mr. Freeze came out of.
This is my genuine answer because they thought it was cool.
I mean,
I get it.
Right.
Oh, now I got it. Thank you, Skyler. Cool.
Okay, I didn't do anything.
Oh, okay. Well, 2 weeks later, just after taking care of a robbery as Batman Robin, Bruce and Wayne and Dick Grayson attend a friend's party. Bruce and Dick flirt with Veronica Virland and Barbara Gordon, respectively.
Barbara gets a little intro, obviously,
yes,
because she's not here just yet. We get to see her as Batgirl kicking ass.
Yes.
I guess this is as good a time to mention as any, is that this is the last time we're seeing the characters in the show in this art style. At this point, Superman, the animated series, had started, and the New Adventures show had already been on the air for a little over a year at this point.
Yeah.
So people were pretty used to the new art style and the new design. So this was like kind of a throwback, and in a way is like an in-betweenable. It's like the connecting piece between the two shows, because we'll see what happens to Mr. Freeze and New Adventures, and I'll have my own comments when we get there. But yeah, this is like a little in betweenable, which is kind of weird, and it's a farewell to this style, and I really like. Obviously, we all really like the way this show looks, and it looks really good in this movie.
I mean, again, this is the best animation of Warner Brothers. I know we'll get into New Adventures, but right now, forget about it. A disgruntled guest, Dr. Gregory Belson, argues with his stockbroker, Dean Albergas, about an unpaid debt, and angrily storms out. However, on his way home, he is ambushed by Mr. Freeze, one old colleague who abducted him. I do want to say one thing here. Dr. Gregory's, his eyes are so blue. It's radiant blue.
It's true.
Because he's the opposite of Mr. Freeze. He's warm.
Oh, blue. All right, I like that. Well, meanwhile, Dick begins to reveal his feelings for Barbara by inviting her to spend the weekend with him by the coast.
They are officially dating at this point. Like that has been said.
Yeah, they're a match.
You said reveal his feelings. I would certainly hope so.
If they are officially dating, though, Gordon doesn't know, because at the dance he's like, well, "There's a lot of people going for whatever." Like he's playing like the he's playing the dad role in this movie.
Yeah, but I think he does
not
know
exclusive, because
he
Dick
was
and
like,
Barbara are not exclusively dating. They've been on dates, probably. I think that's safe to assume. But it seems like this trip maybe seals the deal for them. And Gordon seems like he's kind of rooting for Dick in a way. So that's good.
Is.
He was like, you got lots of competition.
He does.
Like your mentor and father figure.
It feels to me more like it's that like pre-actual dating stage of like
the roommate.
Just make it official.
She gets
already.
that phone call. Does say she's with her boyfriend.
Well, but I think it was him asking her on that date that made it official.
What? She knows? That lady knows? The roommate?
Yeah, she knows she's out of town.
Roommates talk.
She's psychic. It was the same night, wasn't it?
She probably... No, I don't think so. But she definitely talks to because she would have had a pack, realistically. But no, I'm sure she tells the boyfriend, the roommate, more about her love life than she tells Gordon.
I don't know. I think Gordon's got his finger on the pulse.
He doesn't know that she's back, girl.
Well, to be fair, neither does Batman yet.
Abrar's thinking.
I think I know what you're mustering right now. I got it.
What does that mean?
Well, again, she accepts his feelings for her, of course. On their way home, Bruce and Alfred come across Belson's wrecked car. Did Alfred not see the water in front of him before he crashed?
He was drunk.
Damn.
Yikes.
He's busy being a little sassy. He's sassy on this movie.
He is.
Alfred's always sassy.
He only gets one scene and he's a little mad about it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, elsewhere, Belson analyzes Nora's blood and concludes that her disease has relapsed, noting that she only has a few weeks and saving her will be very expensive. With the only thing that could save her is a successful organ transplant, Freeze offers him a piece of gold, and Belson agrees to check the hospital files for a suitable organ donor to save Nora. To the fact, people whose blood type is AB, like Nora's, are very rare. The only ones available are live donors, and Freeze bribes Belson with an offer of an entire vein of gold he discovered during his time in the Arctic in exchange for performing the operation illegally. Belson checks the list and finds the perfect donor. Go ahead, Skyler, you can say it. The name.
Babs.
Yes, Barbara Gordon.
Barbara Gordon.
That is not good. Have you guys donated blood?
Yeah, I have.
Is it scary? I mean, I don't want to do how much blood do you donate? Like a gallon?
Listen,
not a gallon.
God rest her soul, Ray. If she were here, she'd be able to tell you all about donating blood. We haven't done it in a while. See, I wasn't gonna say this, but last time I tried to donate blood, I say tried. I was all set and ready to go, and they were like, "Oh, your heart rate's a little high." I'm like, "Are you nervous?" I was like, "No." And they said, "All right, just try to calm down." And I realized I don't know how to do that. Sounds strange. I guess I'm just an anxious person. And so it wasn't like my blood pressure was high, nothing like that. It was just that my heart rate was high and I couldn't calm down. They said, "Well, then you can't donate blood." And I went, "Okay."
Yeah.
And I awkwardly went and sat down in the waiting room while Ray was getting her blood taken, because Ray is a universal donor. So it's important for her to give blood when she can. I am B negative, I want to say. So yeah, I've done the process. I haven't done it since because last time they were like, "You're not good at this," and I got even more nervous.
That's why your blood. That's why your heart rate was up so high because you were being so negative.
I know, right? You'd think that'd be raised, all things considered, but it's not.
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't think I can donate blood because I do have high blood pressure.
Oh. I don't think you can.
And I always have. So Anthony, ask Ray if I can donate blood with high blood pressure. I don't think I can.
If they prick a vein, it'll just shoot out. It's super hard. That's what that means.
And it's kind of get nervous.
Yeah. Especially if the lady's cute. Ooh, it's over.
There's a running thing.
Tell me about it.
Like you just said, Anthony, where they're like, "We can't do this. Go sit down. Go home." That used to happen to me. Just going to the dentist because they take your blood pressure and they're like, "It's too high. Go home." Like, what? Okay.
My teeth, please. Help.
Yeah. I've learned two things about blood donation while we were talking. Number one, you donate a pint.
Yeah, right. I knew it wasn't a gallon. Abrar.
A gallon would be a lot. And number two, it's good that Ray donates blood because, as it turns out, horseshoe crab blood is used to test drugs. So,
What?
Wow. Interesting.
That's crazy. So they're using Ray's blood because she is a horseshoe crab.
Yes.
She would love that.
Her blood to test blood magic. Science.
Basically, horseshoe crab blood has extremely high ability to help the immune system or something, and so they use it to test drugs and all kinds of vaccines and shit.
She's crazy about horseshoe crabs. She's got a plush of just a horseshoe crab, not a cartoony one or one from a show, just a plush of the animal, like a freak. So I don't know what that's about.
That's crazy because I'm
of
looking
all
at
the
them,
episodes for her not to be here. What the fuck?
Yeah, seriously. Also, their blood is blue, which is neat.
She's listening to this right now, and she's probably yelling at her desk, and that's fine.
Well, should have been here.
Ray, comment on Spotify or wherever you're listening to right now. Talk about your blood. Please let us know.
Please.
Well, Abrar, have you donated blood? You never said.
I've done a blood test, but I never donated blood.
That is very different. You scared of needles?
Yeah, I'm not scared of needles. I just never done a blood. I never done the blood. Maybe I should know.
Is anyone here scared of needles?
Who can do it?
I'm not afraid of them, but I would say that I wouldn't necessarily choose to get stabbed by them.
It's not a hobby of Daniel's, but
it's not a hobby of mine. Like I've donated blood, I think once or twice, and then I've had blood drawn a bunch. So like I'm familiar with the process.
Whenever I get blood
I don't
drawn,
enjoy it.
I don't care. They're like, "You good?" And I'm like, "Stick me, bro. I'm cool."
Damn.
yeah.
Like
I don't
that.
have any problem with needles. I'm fine personally.
Yeah, from Back to the Future 2.
Okay.
With this talk, whoever is feeling that they want to donate blood, go ahead. Go to your local hospital, local clinic. They'll do it for you.
Go ahead, pop on in real quick. Donate a gallon to help out for me not being able to.
Exactly.
They look like they're at Evo. This image you sent of horseshoe crabs. It looks like they're all lined up to play.
They're donating blood.
Okay, it's a picture that listeners won't be able to see, but go ahead and look up horseshoe crab getting their blood drawn. So wait, do the horseshoe crabs come in by themselves?
Do they get like a little cookie afterwards?
Really cool.
Do they get a cookie and an orange juice? Or actually, no, their blood's blue, so they need like a blue Powerade or something.
Ooh, don't we all?
Zero sugar.
Hold on. But let me look up if they survive the process, and I will tell you. I will not tell you either way.
That's fine. That's
Definitely
fine.
don't tell Ray if they survive the process.
She knows. She always knows.
She's in this picture. She's right there.
Well, Belson calls Barbara Gordon in her university room, but her roommate Jenny answers and tells him everything that she and Dick are at a restaurant and won't be able to return until Monday. Dude, Jenny is stupid. Why would you tell all your information, or your friends' information, to a random person? Why?
It was a different time.
We're leaning so heavily into like this retro 40s like aesthetic. She's listening to her old music on the radio while she does her hair in the mirror. When we first came here, I didn't right off the bat read this as it being Barbara's roommate. I was like, does Barbara live in one of those old 40s boarding houses?
Like a girls' home type thing? Yeah.
She's like, no boys on the second floor.
Oh, yeah. No, it's just hip to have roommates back then, and that's that we didn't know, right? Like they said it was an emergency, it was a medical emergency. She thought it was fine. It's like how a lot of killers back in the day were actually like really sloppy and bad, but as soon as like forensics was invented, it was like, oh shit, now we can catch these guys.
Yeah.
So it's a different time.
This roommate absolutely would fall for a phishing scam, though.
Oh, sure.
100%. Like especially the scams we're getting now through text. Forget about it.
Oh yeah, I get texts all the time telling me to pay my California tolls.
Okay, it's that, and then they want you to apply for taxes. That's what I've been getting. I don't know what that means, but
Apply for
I've been getting
taxes?
those. Yeah.
Hey, make sure.
Mine are
Yes.
always people wanting to buy my parents' house, and I just tell them I don't own it.
Well-
Talk to my parents, please.
Mr. Freeze finds Barbara at the restaurant and kidnaps her. Despite Dick and the police efforts to stop him, Commissioner Gordon, particularly angered at his daughter's abduction, investigates and learns that the person who phoned Barbara's roommate claimed that she was a blood donor. What are you guys' thoughts on the abduction of Barbara Gordon here?
This whole Mr. Freeze scene.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool that Dick Grayson jumps into the fray. You know, secret identity be damned. It's one of those things where shit's going down, so he's trying. But polar bears and Mr. Freeze are just stronger than your average person. You know, like that's just normal, I guess.
Polar bears are, in fact, the fiercest killers in the animal kingdom.
It's true.
I mean,
it's true.
It's a cheat code. How the hell do you beat that?
How did he get them here?
Exactly.
It came.
I'm sure he has a van.
Did he van?
Yeah, he has a van. The van shows up. There's a whole chase scene in it.
Right.
In a van.
Robert's Motorcycles has great animation there.
Okay, but like when I said here, I mean from Antarctica.
Yeah. I mean, what do they eat during the meantime?
Fish.
They eat fish.
Well, is he supposed to be in Antarctica? Because that wouldn't really make sense.
Okay, I knew this was going to happen. I keep saying Antarctica. Daniel and I just played Code Veronica, where you go to Antarctica. I've been saying, and I was like, every time I'm like, oh, maybe it's the Arctic, but surely no one will correct me. But there it is.
What's up?
Go to Antarctica.
Because there's an Inuit boy. They're from the north.
True.
So he's from Polar Bear Island, and he got the polar bears to come with him all the way to Gotham, is my point. I don't think it changes my point.
Not only polar bears, Coca-Cola polar bears. It's a difference.
I don't know.
They never once drank Coca-Cola in this movie.
Oh, that's
One
true.
of them did. That's why they had such a brown fur. He was drinking too much.
Well,
that was behind the scenes though. That was like on set.
Maybe that's why they were such friends with Mr. Freeze, because I don't know if this is true, but for some reason like in my head the fact is that like when polar bears' skin or like fur is getting browner, it's because they've had to move to warmer climates, and so maybe they're like, because of like climate change or whatever, they've gravitated towards him because the area around him is colder, which might also explain why the scientists were there to like figure out why global warming isn't happening right there. I don't know.
Why is it so cold?
There's
oh my goodness.
0% chance the animators factor that into this straight to VHS movie.
I don't know. I think they were also thinking about all the horseshoe crab blood too. So
it's like a reverse thing of when like someone pisses in the pool and it gets warm. Mr. Freeze shows up and it gets cold. Okay.
Yeah. It's literally you put an ice cube in a drink and he's the ice cube.
Polar bears' fur is so white because of all the shrimp they eat.
Oh, they call me a polar bear. I love shrimp.
Was that too obscure, or does that joke land?
No, you were talking about flamingos. We got it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
I just,
I went over my head.
It wasn't for you. No offense.
I am wearing a beanie, so maybe that's the reason why it deflected.
This is one of those unhinged, we don't give a shit episodes. Have you noticed, Abrar?
Oh, they're the fun ones, right?
Yeah, maybe. I hope so.
I think that's all of them.
No. Normally we try.
Well, let me get back to the rhythm here. Okay. I do like when Gordon was talking to his officers. The line was like, "I want my daughter to be found. I want her found now." I always laugh at that scene.
You laugh at it?
Yeah, he says so fast and so angry.
This father trying desperately to find his kidnapped daughter. You're like, oh.
It's just the way he says it.
Right.
When that was happening, Bruce secretly checks the list of donors with Barbara's blood group and finds Nora's name on it.
That part made me laugh because everyone leaves the room, and then in his Batman voice, he goes, "Close the door."
Yeah, I like it.
Now's a good time. I'll mention this real quick because I noticed it much later on, but since Skyler just said his Batman voice, so because this is during the TNBA period.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Conroy, I don't know if you guys will watch the episodes in the future. He has a different performance as Bruce in like the New Adventures and Justice League and the Arkham games than he does in Batman the Animated Series. Like Batman the Animated Series has such a more gravel whisper to it versus the more like stern New Adventures, like moving forward Batman voice. So in this movie, because they were already doing the cartoon, I guess, he's doing that voice. But it's to the Batman animated series, like design and everything. Yeah. I never really thought about it too much. But watching this movie again, I was like, oh, this is weird. He's doing like his modern voice with the old art style. So yeah, that was such a bizarre like in between world that happened there. I'd say listen to an episode of animated series and then listen to like this or New Adventures, and it is really like it's a different voice. Which I'm sure it just like hurt or something. I don't know.
Is it also a different Barbara?
Yeah.
Oh, Barbara's a different person entirely. Yeah, she's only in this movie, this actress.
All right, I was going to say, she sounds... I don't know how else to say it, but I don't mean this in a rude way. She sounds huskier.
Oh.
Woo. Cool.
She has more of like a deeper, like...
Yeah. I definitely picked up on the new Barbara, but I think that's because, Anthony, you warned us about that in a previous episode. So I was kind of like listening for it. I feel like if I didn't know that, maybe I wouldn't have caught it, but because I was looking for it, I definitely did. But yeah, I didn't know the chronology that the new Batman Adventures whatever was already happening. So in watching this, I was just like, oh my god, he became the Batman.
Yeah, it's a very this movie. A lot of its details, a lot of its things are very interesting and different and kind of bizarre, which I like. I like it. Kind of makes it stand out amongst a lot of the other projects at the time.
I don't know. I don't remember. Oh, we're gonna get into it season 3, but I don't remember if Bruce Wayne was charming in the New Adventures. But we'll figure out when we get there.
I'll just say it now. No,
They
Oh no!
make him. He looks different. He looks more, I guess,
Wait.
handsome.
yeah.
I think of like original Bruce. He's just a big goof. He's kind of
The original.
silly. I mean, he's not supposed to be. He's supposed to be a dashing bachelor that all the women flock to, and they do. But then in the newer ones, they put color in his eyes and they slim him down a little bit.
Listen, we'll get into the New Adventure stuff when we get into it. I have a lot of things to say about it, and for those listening, we'll be doing a tier list regarding Batman the Animated Series, and I think we should do another tier list at the end of New Adventures regarding all the changes and all the new stuff, because Bruce, kind of a different character overall, because you're right, there's a bit more of a charming, bubbly factor, and that's what once again, this movie, it's like a farewell to all that.
Yeah,
there's a little hints of new adventures, but like it's all the art style and all this stuff, and Batman and Robin, Dick Grayson being Robin. It's like the last time we get to see it before we wave goodbye, and that's what this movie kind of is.
I'm ready for it.
Well, Bruce and Dick realizes that the reason Mr. Freeze abducted Barbara is that he plans to use her to somehow save his wife. Meanwhile, Barbara wakes at Freeze's hideout and attempts to escape, but finds out that she, Mr. Freeze, and Belson are all at an oil rig 5 miles offshore, meaning that there's no escape. Belson explains that they need her as she was the only suitable donor for Nora's blood transfusion. Barbara agrees to help, but not in this way. And when she tries to escape again, Mr. Freeze chains her in her room. I don't want to say again. Mr. Freeze, what he's doing right now, it's very illegal, but I get it. He's trying to save his wife. What would you guys do if you guys were Barbara Gordon? What would you guys trying to do?
Die, I guess.
Whoa. You wouldn't accept how she did?
No, I would just die.
Oh, damn. What about you, Daniel?
I mean, I think all you got to do really is get the gun out of Mr. Freeze's hands. You know what I mean? After that, he's just a cold boy.
I think his suit's strong.
He's strong. He has an enhanced strength.
It doesn't seem that he's that strong. He got his leg broke pretty easy, and then couldn't.
That was a heavy thing.
That's the entire thing fell on top of him. Give him a break. Listen. I know Dave, you weren't here in a previous episode, but the Mr. Freeze episode we just watched was literally about how a guy wanted to be immortal and have super strength. So, like, this
pretty good.
It's part of his layout.
Well,
Walt Disney. A great episode, by the way. We ranked it thumbs up. So, what was it called again? It was called Deep Freeze. Yes, I remember that.
Mr. Freeze Escape to Africa.
Escape to Epcot.
I don't think that's correct.
Well, Bruce and Dick ask questions at Goscorp and learns that Mr. Freeze was once a colleague of Belson. Remembering Belson's name on the wrecked car after the party, Bruce and Dick realizes Mr. Freeze has abducted him as well to save Nora. I liked how
flashback shot.
Yes,
he squints and he remembers the car.
Yeah.
Where I feel like if it was an episode, maybe just because we didn't want to animate more stuff, he would have just been like, "That was the name of the car," and then we would move on.
The name of the car.
Yeah, on the car. Did I not say on the car?
You said of the car, and I thought it was funny. He's like, "Oh, that was Lightning McQueen."
Yeah, well, maybe it was the name of the car.
Of course.
I did also laugh at that part, but for me, it was like, this isn't even this is like an hour long. You thought we forgot the car already?
Yeah,
that was like 15 minutes ago.
20 minutes
for kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Kids forget, right? So it's for them.
No, kids don't forget. They remember.
That's true.
You think kids forget? You think kids forget? Tell your niece you're going to take her to Disney World and then never mention it again. See what happens.
Oh, that's harsh. We do get a scene of Kunak, the kid, talks to Barbara, and I love the scene here. Barbara said, "Well, you're a pretty handsome fella," I think he said. She said, and then Kunak was like, "You're pretty too, lady," and gives her a wink.
That's why I said it reminded me of you.
Well, I accept it. I love that scene.
So, okay, I don't want to put disrespect on Kunak's name here.
Kunak with chain.
This kid's pointless to this movie, right?
Whoa.
What does he add?
He adds humanity to Mr. Freeze. He's showing that like he was able to, even though he's trying to like kill someone to save his wife, he also he doesn't treat everyone as like heartless monsters. He does have humanity still within him, even to strangers.
I thought
mechanically he's there to get Barbara out at the one pit.
Yeah, I guess. I thought about the humanity bit, but like really the only interaction we see between Mr. Freeze and Kunak is him saying, "You're not gonna kill her, right?" And then Mr. Freeze bold-faced lies to him.
Well, there's also the part early on when he throws that bag of fish at him and says, "Make me dinner, bitch."
Yeah. I mean, listen. And we never see him again, I don't think.
We never know. He might show up in New Adventures. We never know.
He shows up in Batman Beyond.
Little Freeze Jr.
Freeze Jr.
It's because he was wearing that fur coat in his 80-degree room, and he just melted.
Oh, he had heat stroke.
Come on, guys. Kunak, the voice actor, if you're listening to us, we remember you.
You did the cast like you normally do, so we don't know who voiced Kunak.
That's true. I mean, I don't do it for Batman, I guess.
See what you're saying. You only do it for real movies.
That's a hot take. I won't accept that.
You did it for Xenon.
What is Disney? You gotta know Kristen Storms. Come on now. All right. They search Belson's house for clues and finds a message from the stockbroker. Using the stockbroker's number from the message, Batman and Robin confronts him at his home. The stockbroker dude tells them that about the debt earlier. Belson gambled everything on a drug, hoping to get rich quickly, but side effects were discovered and he lost big time. Just then, Belson calls the stockbroker, claiming he will have the money to pay his debts. Batman and Robin record the conversation and analyze it in the Batcave. Hearing a ship's foghorn in the background, they track him through the shipping lanes and realizes that they are on the abandoned oil rig 5 miles offshore. Meanwhile, Alfred has analyzed the list of Batman has also found on Belson's desk and reveals to them that the reason Mr. Freeze abducted Barbara is so he can save his wife by using Barbara's holographed procedure. To Batman's horror, Robin asks him what's wrong, and Batman reveals that holographed procedure is the medical term for an organ transplant. Robin is also horrified due to knowing that what would happen to Barbara Gordon. And equally horrified, Alfred tells the dynamic duo, "I think you better hurry up." Do you guys like how the world's greatest detective detected this?
Yeah, I like how Bruce knew what the device did, like just by hearing the name. He was like, "Oh no."
Robin didn't know.
Well, why would he? He's only a college student.
Robin doesn't know anything.
Well, Mr. Freeze and Belson drag Belson's beautiful blue eyes drag Barbara to the operation room and prepares to sedate her, revealing that the blood transfusion was just a cover story. Kunak, who Freeze has promised no harm would come to Barbara, appears and attempts to stop them, buying Barbara time to run off and hide as Belson gives chase with a gun. Batman and Robin arrive in the Batwing and knock out Belson. However, a spark from one of the Belson's gunshots lands in a puddle of oil from a leaking fuel tank and starts a fire that begins spreading rapidly. Great scene. Great action here.
Mm-hmm.
Is the doctor stupid? Why would you shoot at a oil thing?
What is this? The Arkham Reddit memes? Like, is he stupid? He just shoots.
He should know he's at a place where he might. I don't know. It's okay.
Yes, the answer is yes. He is stupid.
He is definitely stupid because he's also shooting at the person whose organs he needs.
Yes.
That's all I was thinking the whole time.
Look at him! Look, ladies and gentlemen, Abrar's drinking water because he's so hot.
He's hot.
He's wearing the winter coat.
He has to replace the sweat that's dribbling onto the floor right now.
Oh my!
I don't know what you're talking about. It's cold. It's SubZero time, guys. It's cold. It's negative
His AC
0
was
degrees.
broken like a month ago, and I'm not convinced that it works.
I don't think he ever fixed the AC. No, he said he did, but I don't believe him.
But no, because he even at one point stops Mr. Freeze from freezing her because he's like, "No, we need her" or whatever.
Yeah.
And now he's shooting at her next to the exploding TNT barrels from every video game ever.
That's true. I pose this. He knows exactly what organs they need, so he knows which ones he can hit.
But is he that good of a shot?
We never get to see that.
Well, he misses a couple of times, so I don't think he is.
I don't know. Those blue eyes, it's 100% accuracy, I would say.
When the eyes in this universe turn blue, that means he's dialed in 100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he's so blue. Robin's attempt to put the fire out with a hose is interrupted by Mr. Freeze's polar bears, whom Batman and Robin trick into jumping off the rig, although they land safely in the water. But the fire rises as it spreads so far that the oil rig is beginning to collapse. Mr. Freeze still insists that Belson performed the operation. Wrong time. But he pushes Mr. Freeze under some falling debris and makes a run for it. Although he is crushed by falling debris as he attempts to escape in a speedboat, he is dead.
There's a dead guy, another dead guy in this movie.
I'm gonna miss those piercing blue eyes.
Batman takes him next time we see him.
Oh, he better. If you're not, I'm not watching the show. Mr. Freeze, however, is still alive with a broken leg. Batman, Robin, and Barbara rescue him. As Robin prepares the Batwing for departure, Batman and Barbara rescue Nora and Kunak from the operation room. Thoughts on this rescue here? It's hot.
Thoughts on the rescue? It worked.
It worked. There's fire everywhere.
They got out.
Great. Okay, I just want to say that the animation of fire, at least in this movie, is great. I don't think I've never seen this type of animation for a fire like that.
Sure, gotcha.
Yeah. It was hot. Like me.
Poster, maybe. Rainbow Poster had some flames. Remember that?
I remember that. At Mr. Freeze's request, they take Nora and Kunak, the homie, to the Batwing first, and Batman goes back for Mr. Freeze. Now hanging over a ledge for his life, the hell? Batman attempts to pull him to safety, but a falling pipe lands on Batman's shoulder, causing him to let go of Mr. Freeze, who falls into the fiery ocean below. Batman says, "Freeze!" Harvey.
And Victor yells, "I can't!"
Now's not the time!
I love when Batman talks in this way. Screams, or like when he says, "Harvey, no. Freeze!"
No.
It's good. Kevin Conroy, man, you're great. Gotta know that. Batman grapples himself to the Batwing and escapes as the oil rig finally explodes, kaboom, and collapses. Unknown to any of them, however, Mr. Freeze has survived and is swimming to safety with his polar bears. Sometime later in the Arctic, Mr. Freeze stumbles across a small house where the residents are watching the news. Gotham news, I think. Oh no, it's the Arctic news, I guess. Through the window, Mr. Freeze watches the report of his apparent death and is delighted that of Nora's revival thanks to an organ transplant funded by Wayne Enterprises.
Hang on a second.
Yeah.
That was Gotham News. That was Summer Gleason on the TV.
They get it in the Arctic?
Yeah. I think what this movie is teaching us is that the Arctic must be so much closer to Gotham than we thought.
Upstate Gotham,
that's
where the Arctic is.
I guess.
I guess
well,
so.
Let me wrap this up with one more sentence here, guys. Moved in tears, Mr. Freeze walks back home with his polar bears by his side. Cinema, guys. That was the end of this movie. Are we giving this a thumbs up or a thumbs down? I'll start with you, Daniel.
Thumbs up. Liked it a lot. Real cute. 2 polar bears, 2 thumbs up.
He's drinking more water. He's very hot. He's very hot.
He's sweating so much.
Okay, great. What about you, Skyler? Do you love Mr. Freeze now? I know you always hated him.
What is this? The Mr. Freeze episodes are my favorite ones.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'll give this a thumbs up. I like it. So it's kind of like a caveat, right? Like this is just a extended episode of the show, basically.
Yeah. And
as an episode, it gets a thumbs up. I don't know. I mean, as a movie, it still works enough. Like it still gets a passing grade. But I think the score of it as an episode works better than it being a movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't phrase that perfect, but I don't know. It's a little scuffed and it's a little quickly paced because it's only an hour long.
An hour 10.
It doesn't really hold a candle to Phantasm, but I also don't think it's trying to. So it gets a thumbs up.
And Anthony, you love this bald man, but do you love this movie?
Yeah, I love a lot of bald men in my life, sure. Yeah, I guess this is where I give my whole spiel about this movie.
Please do.
I watched this movie a lot as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, this was my movie as a kid who was born in 95. Batman and Robin and SubZero. Those were films that were available for me to watch as a little boy.
Right.
It got to a point where, like, the older I get, I guess I just sort of assumed, and this is sort of going off what Skyler said, where it has that feeling of, like, this is just an episode of the show, just sort of made longer. And, like, I feel like if you get older, if you watch this movie, you just remember the show being like this. You're like, oh, that was the show, was like this movie. And I feel like after watching this show with you guys, we know that that's not always the case. There has been some stellar episodes on this show. We've seen some great stuff. We've also seen some not so great stuff in Batman the Animated Series. I've seen too much of the Penguin. But like when you're not watching the show, your brain thinks of the show with this level of quality and this level of writing and everything, like in this type of film. I said the last time when we talked about the Mr. Freeze episode, because there's only 2 in animated series, I like that he's able to have a very concise story. In comic books, you don't get that. You know, like a writer can come on and tell a story, and the next writer can come on and do something completely different, and then years later, a different writer can come on and retcon things and change things or cherry pick or whatever. Like, that's just fine. That's the medium. I'm not complaining about that, but it's nice to have, like, concise, just sort of, like, beginning and ending stories. And in a way, this is sort of the ending for Mr. Freeze. He was set up as this guy. He had a very clear goal and reason for what he was doing. And now that reason's over, so he's done. You know, like his wife is cured. It's over. I think that's so cool to give a character an ending. Now we'll see that this is not the ending of Mr. Freeze. He does appear in the New Avengers, which I will talk about extensively when we get there. And to be fair, he does appear in Batman Beyond. And I think his send-off in Batman Beyond is one of the best of that whole show in terms of its villains and everything. He gets 2 shots at a send-off, and both of them work, in my opinion. It's this movie and Batman Beyond. He has a great line in Batman Beyond where he's like, where Terry's trying to help him out. And Mr. Freeze says, trust me, you're the only one that cares. Because he's so sad and he's so miserable. And it was nice to see him happy for that very, very brief moment in this movie. So yeah, this gets a very big thumbs up from me. I love this film. I love Mr. Freeze. And it's a really cool film that I will always watch. I'll never have a point in my life where I don't want to watch this movie. It's great.
Yeah, same here, man. This is a thumbs up for me as well. I always remember. I don't remember Mask of the Phantasm as well, but I do always remember this movie. I did watch it many times as well with that DVD there. You said all the words out of my mouth. What else can I say?
I will throw in, and I should have said this earlier, so I'm not ending on a complaint. But it's a little weird that I mean, I agree, Anthony. I like that Mr. Freeze has that moment of a happy ending, even though it doesn't stay that way. It's not the ending. But I think it is weird that they're just like, we took Nora back and we fixed her. Oh. Well, okay.
It kind of ended this, Mr. Freeze story there. What else can you do with that character?
I instead of him like smiling and shedding a happy tear, he should have been like, "You what?"
But it's also like, this will be how he's remembered, right? Like it's not so much the how it happened, it's that it finally happened, because they mentioned that it was done using the technology that he did, so he did end up helping in the end, and he'll be remembered as the late Victor Freeze, not Mr. Freeze.
Until he ruins it.
This will all be undone. I have many things to say about New Adventures Mr. Freeze, but we'll get to it.
We'll get to it.
He comes back. You have to show up if you're not, anyways.
I know New Adventures is a whole different show, but I'm still going to count it as, of course, Batman the Animated Series Season 3. But I know it's a whole different show, but I'm going to treat it as Batman the Series.
Oh, sure. Also, real quick, this movie, no Bruce Timm. He didn't write it.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't produce it. Like, this has nothing to do with him, which he's often talked about, because people have always asked about certain movies and certain specials, and it's like, is it canon to this and that? And he's like, well, SubZero's canon, and I didn't have anything to do with that, so I guess it doesn't matter. Because he's one of those like snarky message board people that'll just be like, I don't care. People ask like nerdy specific questions, and he's like, eh. So he had nothing to do with this one, which is fine.
I do want to say the music can make or break a film, but I think it makes for this one.
It's good.
It's good. All right, let me get into our interesting facts. I think, Anthony, you pretty much said most of it early on this episode, because there was supposed to be a Bane featuring more of a Terminator-esque like, but they scrapped it away, of course. I do have one interesting fact then. Per Boyd Kirkland, he was originally involved with a follow-up movie titled Batman Arkham, which would have featured Joker and Bane, both prisoners in Arkham, teaming up to take vengeance on Batman. Bruce Wayne also would be dealing with a heavy romance, causing him to consider giving up the cape and cowl. But it was scrapped by Warner Brothers in favor of greenlighting Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker.
That's good.
You don't want Batman Arkham?
I'm just saying the movie is good.
Movie is good. But I would want to see that
instead of Return of the Joker.
That's the thing. We don't know what Batman Arkham would look like. So
then I don't know why you're arguing with me.
Oh, there you go.
Return of the Joker. We'll get into that later. I don't know when. But great movie there. But right, that was it for Batman and Mr. Freeze, SubZero, the movie. The last time we'll see this animation. Next time we hear us, we'll be talking about Batman, the anime series, season 3, or the New Adventures of Batman and Robin.
I just thought of something else I wanted to say.
Yeah.
So
too late.
No. This is important. You're gonna want to hear this, Anthony.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Okay.
So by the time we get to season 3 or the New Adventures of Batman and Robin, we have a new Robin.
Yes.
Yeah.
It should have been Kunek.
Oh.
That would have tied it all together.
Kunek.
Then he really could have been Kunek with Shane. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, Skyler, where can they find you?
You could find me if you have to at Blue Sky, at Skyler 8-bit. And then I've also got a podcast with Daniel, who I yelled at earlier. Sorry, Daniel. That's called Ready Set Replay. You can find that on YouTube or Spotify, Ready Set Replay, and you can follow it on Twitter at rsr_pod.
Fantastic. And Anthony, what about you? Where can they find you?
You can find me in the Arctic walking with my ice cast with my polar bears because I'm finally happy that Ray's out of her sleeping coma. You can also find me at Anthony Lantern on pretty much all social media platforms. You can find me on YouTube, Anthony Reviews. We're Anthony Reviews. And I have my own podcast called The Grud, where we'll have a new episode that'll be out, I'm assuming by the time this is out, probably, where we're talking about all the new films we're seeing, like 28 Years Later and other films. So yeah, check that out.
Can't wait for that. And you just dropped a video of Transformers and Sonic together. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I reviewed some toys. So if you like toys and you like stuff like that, please give it a watch. Dear God, please.
Fantastic. And Daniel, what about you? I know Skyler said most of it, but what about you?
You can find me on Twitter, Blue Sky at DanielMCG.
I heard Ready Set Replay is the next G4 TV. I'm excited about that.
I also heard
say that on a different episode.
He said that in our group chat. He didn't say it on an episode.
I could have sworn you said that last week.
Oh, if he did, I wasn't there, so not mine.
Oh, no. Well,
wow. Is that true though? That's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
I think it's pretty cool. I think that's all comment.
I think whoever said that is just doomed Ready Set Replay to die.
No.
And then come back and then die again.
No. You guys are thinking the negative. Just look at the positive.
Are you guys gonna play episodes of Scott the Woz on your YouTube channel now?
Yeah.
Are you allowed to do that?
Sure. You're G4.
G4. X-Play. Yes, you can follow this podcast on Spotify where you're listening to right now. I'm also on Apple. I'm also on YouTube. Subscribe me there at Brownboywonders Podcast. And also follow me on all other social medias, Instagram, TikTok, blah, blah, blah. Until then, we'll see you in season 3 of Batman the Anime Series, or pretty much soon. We'll do a tier list next week. Well, I don't know. Maybe. Bye.
Oh, good ending.
Thank you.